Okay, so we've got all our relay components. We've got our relay body enclosure with the electronics battery inside it. We've got our antenna, we've got our 2 relay arms, and we've got our small brace. In my pocket, I've also got the large brace. First step, once you've got the relay, is take the antenna, put the antenna on. Make sure to do this before powering the device on. Make sure that it is not cross-threaded and the relay antenna is seated correctly. Tighten it up, just a little nip, don't have to over tighten it, but it does need to seal. Next step is take your first arm, in this case it's the left arm. L is written on the relay arm, as well as L on the relay enclosure body. Make sure you get these arms around the correct way. Insert your left arm through the little brace. Make sure the little brace is rotated so the slot can rotate up and fit with the lower bolt for fastening the relay to the Waratah. Slide it up. You should have it looking like this at this point. Then put your next arm through. Make sure obviously it's a right arm, not a left. You can see there, right and right, 2 arms. Get the solar panel cable out of the way and rotate them around so the small brace fits in the slot with this bolt. Now you're ready to put your solar panel on. So we rotate our arms into position with the small brace between the bolt, as I mentioned. We take the large brace and we slip it over the top end of the relay arm on each side. At this point, it should look like this. Take your relay, put it down on an angle, slide the slot in the relay arm over the side rib of the panel so the aluminium sits between the slot on each arm. Rotate into place. Now clip on the relay at the top. Make sure that hooks up into there. Now you need to push and slide your arms up along the panel to approximately the halfway point, or till you feel an appropriate amount of tension in the assembly. At this point, things are in position. Take your screwdriver, using pressure, rock the self-tapping screw back and forward, left and right, to create a hole in the aluminium panel to fasten the relay arm to the panel itself. Now both fastening screws are fully tightened and secure, securing each relay arm to the aluminium frame of the panel on both sides. The arms can't move and the assembly is nice and strong. Once you're at this stage, take the M8 cable, the power cable for the solar panel. Make sure the 3-pin connector is orientated the correct way. Be careful not to rotate it and damage the pins. Align the pins, insert the connector, and then tighten each side firmly so the connector seals. You now have a relay that's ready to install on your mounting post, in this case a Waratah. Now take your relay, ensure that your placement of your Waratah is facing north. In this case I'm using an augmented reality mobile app to do so. It's called Sunseeker. I found north on the shortest day of the year, and I'm going to place and install my relay with the solar panel facing in that northerly direction, optimized for winter sun. I've now installed my Waratah with a Waratah driver. It's firmly inserted in the ground, and in this case, because it's in a high alpine environment, I've got 3 guy wires on it for extra stability. I now take the relay and I make sure that the solar panel cable is sitting down on the side that it belongs, and I line up the slots in the relay enclosure and I gently place it on the Waratah and slide it down. At this point the relay is on the Waratah, but it's not tight. I will now do up the 2 13mm hex bolts to secure the relay to the Waratah. Now get our relay installed on our Waratah. The bolts to secure it to the Waratah are nice and tight. We haven't over tightened them. Everything's good. Solar panel's facing north. Now we're ready to power on our relay. We power on our relay by pushing the power button on the back side of the relay so it goes in and it stays in. At this point, the light on the LED ring starts flashing, and now it's gone a solid green, which means our relay is on and it has a GPS lock. We're now ready to commission our relay using our Yarn Companion app, where we'll give it a name and check that the solar panel is connected properly, the battery is good, the network is good, and it can see other devices. At this point, we need to open our Yarn app. Now the Yarn app's open, we press the Yarn Companion button and the application automatically scans for Yarn Mesh devices. If it doesn't, we can press the Scan for Yarn Mesh Devices button. Now the Yarn Companion app has enumerated the list of available Bluetooth devices within range of us, and we're looking for, in this case, a relay. So because we're standing right next to the relay, the signal strength is strongest, represented by the lowest number, or the number closest to 0. So in this case, -39 RSSI, or Received Signal Strength Indicator. So we select that device. It automatically opens the testing app and it's discovered an issue. So what we can do is, if we'd like more information, we can click yes please. If you know what you're doing and you don't need the additional input, you can click no thanks, I've got this. In this case, I'd like to click yes please, but I can see in the background this issue has already resolved itself, which is network connectivity is now good. It can see multiple devices and it has a good signal strength. So we can select OK, ignore that. We can see that the device has a Yarn IP, which is a key indicator, or the key indicator that the device is connected to Yarn Mesh. We can see that the device can talk to the gateway. We can see that the device currently has a role of child. And on this device, because it's a relay and because of the locations it's installed in, that should switch to router very shortly. We can see that the signal strength is good and green, an RSSI of -80. You have to be mindful of the body position that you have when you're standing next to the device. Device could be in line with its next network hop. So in this case, we're standing very close to this relay. I'm going to take a step back away from the relay, and the signal strength might improve after it stabilizes. I'm happy with this installation. I know that it will come right. There it is. It's still -80. It's good. At the present, this device can see only one other device, represented by the mesh paths, one pair, one path. But as the network gets an opportunity to converge, that should turn to 2 devices or more shortly, and the test will turn green. The battery health test is passed, it's green. Battery charge is passed. The GPS is passed, which means it's got a GPS lock and a GPS location. And the solar connection, or solar panel connection, has passed as well, meaning the solar panel is connected. At this point, I set a device name. In this case, it was installed in the year 2024, and it's a relay, so I'm going to do 24R hyphen the customer ID hyphen the number. I'm going to set the device name. I can see up the top of the screen, it's given that the device now has a friendly name, which is registered in the Yarn Mesh backend system. This is used for any troubleshooting or out-of-band support. We can see the Bluetooth ID of the device, which is the next identifier. Then the F4CE number, ending in 7743 in this case, is the extended unique identifier or unique identifier of this relay device. Under that, we have our lat long coordinates, so our GPS location. And this is a healthy device. This is a good installation.